Hello there, welcome to Ton TV and the Greenock Morton Weekly Update, as sponsored by McTears the Auctioneer. Coming up in today's show, we will announce the winner for the Goal of the Month for March. We'll also give you the chance to win a signed jersey in the Goal of the Month competition for April. Capello Park had all the drama that you would expect from a semi-final playoff on Tuesday night. A couple of early goals, a bit of a setback, and then a glorious winner in the dying seconds. In the midst of all that drama was the man of the match, and he's my special guest today, Stephen McGinn. Yep. So Stephen, man of the match on Tuesday night. Certainly, in my opinion, it was your best performance since you've come to Capello. Did you feel that yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Probably felt I needed to bring it, with being such a big game and so much on the line. Looking back on the game and after it, I felt so satisfied because it was a performance I needed to deliver on and one I was looking to bring.
You're quite a quiet guy, if you don't mind me saying, but on Tuesday night, I was watching you out on the park. Andy and I were talking about your passion, you were shouting at players, there was a frustration about you as well, and you picked up a yellow. Now, does that sort of thing go through your mind as the game goes on, that you're on a yellow card, you've got to be careful? Or
Going back to when I was obviously captain up the road, it was something I had. It was the one that main communicator, and probably things annoyed me the most. And one of the things when I came here, I thought just enjoy, get on with your own job and enjoy. But with the responsibility and with everything on the line, that was me at my best. And I suppose when I'm like that, that's when I'm at my best. And maybe something I probably can't park away. It brings my game on and hopefully brings others on. And with being on the yellow card, I mean, touch wood, never been sent off in my career, so not the first time in a big game I've picked up a yellow card early. You just need to play the game a bit differently and sensibly and never go to ground and give the referee any decision to make.
Certainly, I mean, Gus talked about bringing you in because of your experience, and that certainly came to the fore on Tuesday night.
Well, I mean, the playoffs have been a brilliant introduction in Scotland. I mean, it's right up until a couple of weeks ago we could still get in the promotion playoffs and dragged into a relegation playoff, so been a brilliant introduction. But with experience of the game, the double header playoffs against Dundee United, and in the second leg at times it felt like my legs were like cement. And playing in the game the other night, it was the same pressure, same consequence. If you lost, you'd be relegated. So, but I felt freer. I felt like I'd learned more from that occasion and was able to bring my best as opposed to letting the occasion get to me.
It had everything, the game, of course, and what it really had that we wanted were a couple of quick early goals. That first one from Gary Oliver was a bit special. Yeah,
well, something, we've not scored enough goals as a team. At times we've not looked like scoring a goal, which isn't great, but the other night I really felt like we had goals in the team. We first 20 minutes, really took the game to him, and probably if we don't lose the game it turns out to be a 3 or 4-0, but with the pressure involved obviously it drags on. But yeah, the manager, a bit bold with selection, brought Cammy in from McGinn and really rewarded with 3 up front. I thought they were excellent, especially the first 20-30 minutes. They were unplayable at times.
They were actually, weren't they? Robbie, of course, he's banging on to me, but I've got 2 assists here. I said to him, well, you should actually have headed the ball in. You shouldn't have headed it for Cammy to score, but Cammy had to be in the right position at the right time.
Yeah, well, it was something we spoke about at half time. For 25 minutes, the 3 of them were unplayable. They 3 play like that at this level, then there'll not be any defences cope with that, and maybe the last 10-15 minutes of the first half they tired or came off at a bit and the team suffered as a result. So like any, I've always believed you're only as good as your strikers, and if they play like that over the next 2 games then we'll be okay. Yeah,
I wouldn't say we were cruising, but we were good for our 2-0, and then it went a wee bit flat after the boy McLean had scored. A great goal, by the way.
Yeah, and I suppose that comes with the pressures of the playoffs and what's at stake. During the season, with the performance we'd put up until that point, losing a goal wouldn't really affect you, but in a game of that magnitude, it then goes back to the next goal, puts the other team out. So with everything that comes from it, and maybe even a bit of a cautious way of playing it, but I thought we ground them down, and in extra time I felt there was only one team looking to try and win the game.
What did Gus say to you going into extra time? Because we were watching him, he was quite animated down on the touchline with you guys.
Yeah, he's pretty animated all the time.
He is, isn't he?
So, no, he was just, to be fair, he spoke about we're the team that have got lots left in us. We've got the energy, we've got keep taking the game to them, don't let them off the hook, don't slow the game down, keep the ball back in play, and we'll get our chance, we'll get our moment. And I suppose not as we'd have liked a wee bit earlier into extra time, but what a feeling when it in.
Did you feel it was going to penalties?
At the last few minutes, I mean, I was genuinely probably after the mother, because it is such a lottery, and we were so in control of the match. They were looking to take it to penalties, so while you still had control and you're just desperate to get that goal, but your mind starts to wander a bit. Taking the penalty, it does, it's only natural, so what a relief when the ball went in.
Well, I mean, from our perspective up in the commentary, you know, there's nothing better than timing. You know, I think we're up to about the 120th minute, and I'm up there saying, you know, is there going to be a hero who would be, you know, and then Guff just answers my prayers, but he never seems to score, you know, tap-ins, does he?
No, and probably the one frustration is, had we got fans in, would have been a big crowd here at Capello, and it was kind of a defining moment, something you kind of look back on and you would have liked to enjoy with the punters, but obviously, hopefully Guff can reproduce something like that next week.
You talked about a bold selection by the manager, and it certainly was, bringing Chris Midge in at right back, which he started as a right back, I think, back in his early days with Celtic, but he really took to the road, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, brilliant decision, especially in hindsight, but he's a player that's played hundreds of games, played in big games. Like what I said, he'll have experienced that, maybe your legs would feel a bit like concrete, and go over that, and offered us that kind of experience, leadership, everything, quality on the ball. So it was great to see him back involved, and he really because it wasn't easy. I mean, like any team would, if someone's playing, they've not played for a while, they get targeted and tested, and I thought he came through it with flying colours. Just
shows you how much we know about the game. We were up in commentary saying, yeah, Midge, it'll be a good hour out of him, he'll do well, and he'll bring on maybe Ledge, or he'll bring on Darn and then run down, but Midge, he went all the way, didn't he? Yeah, we had a laugh the other day about his last two kicks of the ball just before he went off, but he left everything out there, and credit to him, especially at his age. I know he doesn't like talking about his age, but having not played for so long, to put in that performance and for so long for in such an important game, it's all credit to him. He's an example to young players in the room, isn't he? Yeah, and how much he still wants to play. I think it wasn't any secret about how desperate he is. He's been champing at the bit to get a chance to play, and probably a message out to everyone else about how badly you need to want it to, and the rewards that can come with it. Let's look ahead to next week then. First of all, would you have cared who you got, Airdrie or Cove Rangers? Did you have a preference? No. I played against Cove earlier in the season up there with Hibs, and we won 2-1, but it was quite a tough afternoon, a tough game. So I knew I knew Cove would be a hard place to go. So not that any slight in Airdrie, but with the travel and stuff like that, my preference probably would have been Airdrie. But they're on such a good run, and we know it's not going to be easy, and especially how tough the two games were against Montrose, and it's going to be harder again. So we know what to expect, and we know how tough it's going to be, but we know if we're at our best, then we can get through. It's a bit like the Montrose tie, though, isn't it? I mean, you've got the AstroTurf first, and then you've got the pitch back here. What's your thoughts on the debate about the pitches and AstroTurf? Does it affect you? At the top level in this country, I would always want good grass pitches. In fact, I would always want to play on a grass pitch. I like playing on a grass pitch, but when you get to this stage of the season, sometimes the grass pitches need a bit of love, and they can be quite difficult. Whereas the one thing with AstroTurf is you know what you're going to get. You know it's going to be an even surface, and you get used to the bounce of the ball and the warm up and stuff like that. But yeah, my preference has always been a grass pitch. But we knew coming into the playoffs that even if Falkirk had made it, all the away games were going to be on AstroTurf, so it's not came as any surprise to us. I'll tell you what we are going to get next Friday, Capello. We will have a crowd in, limited crowd obviously, but you'll be playing in front of punters for the first time in over a year. Yeah, really looking forward to it, and I know what a difference I've came here obviously as an opposing player, and it can be quite a hard venue to come to when the crowd really get behind them, so I'm looking forward to experience it and the extra difference it'll make to the team. Well, Stephen, listen, congratulations on your Man of the Match award, and thanks for talking to us today. No problem. Cheers, Jenny. And thank you for joining us. We'll go out today with the April Goal of the Month competition. Before that, we'll announce the winner of the Goal of the Month competition for March, who is Keely Davis from Greenock, so she's going to get a strip as well. Thanks for joining us on the Greenock Morton Weekly Update, as sponsored by McGinn, the auctioneers.
Hi Kaylee, thanks very much for voting for my goal at Inverness for Goal of the Month. You've obviously got a good decent goal, so thank you.
Straps onto it, takes it down, cuts inside. Muirhead fires it into the bottom corner of the net. 60 minutes played here at Capello. Robbie Muirhead has pulled one back from Morton. He goes and grabs the ball and takes it back to the halfway line. Strap yourself in, folks. This is one to watch for the next half hour. It's Morton 1, Inverness Cali Thistle 2.
Drives it, Klein knocks it on, Fjortov volleys it down into the net! Wonderful play from Morton, the header on Fjortov, the unlikely first goal scorer for Morton. Wonderful volley, 55 minutes played here at Capello. Morton back in the hunt. It's Morton 1, Allo Athletic 1.